Spring is the time of flowers. The time when nature comes back to life. When old turns into new. The traces of the last year slowly disappear and change into vibrant colors. Spring is now in full swing here in Germany. The meadows and trees are swarmed by thousands of bees. All animals are searching for food now to start a new cycle of life. The flowers with the bright colors and their strong smell attract all kinds of insects. To me, spring feels like the most uplifting and vibrant time of the year. There's so much going on and so much to observe. I don't know what time of the year it is in your country right now, but take a few minutes a day to perceive all the changes whenever the seasons are changing. It's a very special event when the cherry trees are starting to blossom and lose their petals afterwards. It just feels like Hanami, the Japanese tradition to celebrate the beauty of the cherry blossoms. When nature comes back to life, it also lures us humans outside. The way nature gets more and more busy every day, we start to become more active as well. In my last video I noticed wild garlic growing at the edge of the forest. I had plans to make a pesto out of it, so I went back again to pick some. If you want to pick wild garlic yourself, you must be 100% sure that you are picking the right plant and that you can distinguish it from very poisonous ones that look similar, like autumn crocus and lily of the valley. So take your time to examine every single leaf. In my last video I already told you the characteristics of wild garlic. The bottom of the leaves are frosted. They grow as individual leaves out of the ground and got a thin stalk. Wild garlic has very delicate leaves. If you rub them between your fingers, they release a very garlicky smell. As soon as wild garlic starts to blossom, you can also recognize it by its flowers. The flower consists of several individual flowers, with each 6 white petals. The individual flowers are arranged in a spherical shape. Lately I found more and more interest in foraging. Our ancestors had so much knowledge on these topics. It's kinda sad that this knowledge is slowly disappearing. There are so many healing herbs and edible plants that we can find in nature. That's why I want to spend more time learning about foraging. For example, I always admire the beauty of these white flowers covering the forest ground in spring. This time I looked them up. They are called wood anemone or windflower. Apart from their beautiful appearance, they are not edible and even slightly poisonous. To me it's amazing to regain this knowledge about nature and its plants. I also collected some broken off fir twigs to make a wreath out of them. I guess they fell down after the strong winds of the last weeks. I kinda like the thought of not cutting them off, but using what already fell down naturally. Picking wild garlic and mushrooms are 2 of the things that passed on from my grandparents to my parents and then to me. There are so many more things to learn. I recently saw someone making homemade soda out of ginger or pine needles. That's definitely something I want to try as well. I first started to wash the wild garlic. Plain water is enough to clean it. After cleaning, I dried it and checked every leaf again. Besides the wild garlic, I used olive oil, sunflower seeds, cashews, and salt. I didn't use exact quantities, but simply added the ingredients by feel. For 2 handfuls of wild garlic, I added a bit of oil and a handful each of sunflower seeds and cashews. Depending on whether you like it more or less oily, you can vary the amount of oil you add. Next, you blend it all together. The more you blend it, the less texture you get. After blending, you repeat the whole process over and over again until you are done. In addition to its great taste, wild garlic has also a number of health benefits. It contains a lot of vitamin C, is antibacterial, strengthens the immune system, is anti-inflammatory, and contains a lot of other vitamins and minerals. Wild garlic is just one of the examples of the great resources hidden in nature. Be careful not to pick too much, so there's enough left for wild animals. And be careful not to damage their flowers, so they can reproduce. Whenever you are done, you can fill it into sterile containers. Due to its oily content, you can store it in the fridge for several weeks. I kept mine for a month, but I'm sure it would have lasted even longer. I covered the top with a layer of oil to preserve it. Whenever you use some of it, you can refill the oil layer. This year we cut back the cherry tree in our garden. I guess the cut off branches are considered as waste, so I wanted to use them for the base of my wreath. The twigs should be flexible enough to bend them into a ring. I started by binding together 2 thicker ones, which are my base frame. After that, it's just twisting around smaller twigs until you reach your desired thickness. Then I filled the gaps with fir twigs and decorated a wreath of flowers. To me, it's fascinating to create something out of very little. You can adapt this to a lot of areas in life. Let's just take gardening as an example. As a kid, I planted some seeds of bell peppers we used for a salad. The other members of my family didn't think that they would grow into plants. I was generally interested if this was even possible. We ended up with 8 plants that produced at least 6 peppers each. I don't know, but these tiny things in life kinda make me happy. They remind me that it doesn't take that much to achieve something. It's often the small and simple things in life that make a big difference. And I guess a little patience and effort